Welcome back, guys. I have no idea what we might or might not find, film, observe, record today. Bit of a mixed one, to be honest. There is a protest, a large free Palestine protest. Hands off Gaza. These guys. Oh.
Trump must be told Gaza can't be bought or sold. Red placard. Stop arming Israel.
Okay, they're starting off well. I mean, there's quite a lot of placards. There is a lot of placards, actually. In fact, they've got a lot of flipping. Hell, they've got a lot of placards. They are well organised. Very well organised, actually. Great idea to start here at the station. Very good idea, because if they start here at the station, then everybody arriving at this end, heading towards Whitehall and the Trafalgar Square beyond, will know there's a protest, possibly will grab a placard and will join. Now, I've got no idea, folks, about anticipated numbers or anything else. I've also got no idea whether horseguards is closed, and interestingly enough, after I finished filming yesterday, had a quick chat with the police. They had not even been informed whether horseguards would be completely sealed, locked down, closed today, or whether things would be relatively normal. So I've got no clue. I mean, I know the starting point and I know the end point. Today's march heading toward the US Embassy, which is in Battersea on the other side of the river. Now, what I'm most interested to see today is numbers, and not just of marchers, protesters, but of police. Because interestingly enough, compare this scene to what we encountered on the previous protest day, i.e. the Unite Robinson March. Where are the police? Do you see any police, guys? I can't. None. Zero. Now that's kind of curious because... I spoke too soon. That's kind of curious because do we remember how many police there were around here? Do we remember all of this being completely closed, sealed, locked down, inaccessible, both to pedestrians and to traffic? How curious is that, folks? Exceedingly curious, I think, is the correct term. So we will see. I mean, I've got no clue what we might find today, honestly, guys. It's all a bit of a... when it happens, hopefully we'll be able to record it. Let's see, socialist workers out as well. Hey, quick question. Starting on Whitehall, but finishing US Embassy today, yeah?
Yeah.
What time do you think starting on Whitehall, roughly?
It's starting at... Well, the Met Police have said that we need to leave Whitehall by 1.
Oh, so they're basically going to boot you out if you don't get out of Whitehall by 1 o'clock. Wait,
it's because
leave Whitehall by 1, so starting at noon and leave by 1.
It's going to start about 12.
Yeah.
Sometimes it delays, but then we need to leave. The US Embassy.
Okay.
I think we need to clear there at like 4 o'clock.
It gives a good time, doesn't it?
So that's why I think they want us to leave early so that we don't delay it there.
Okay.
But there's also a counter protest there on the way.
Wait, what's the counter protest?
The Stop the Hate Israeli protest.
Flipping hell.
So that's going to be on Vauxhall Bridge, so we're going to walk past them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, have a good one, yeah? Okay, interesting there. Nice, friendly young fellow. Wow, a counter protest, guys. Palestine, Gaza protest on the one hand, Israel free the hostages protest on the other. Well. Now the thing is, there is no chance on earth that the police will let those two groups get anywhere near each other. So if one is heading over Battersea Bridge, I'm guessing... Actually, no, what am I talking about? Hold on. One will be heading over Westminster Bridge. If they're forming up on Whitehall to have vacated Whitehall by 1, as the gent just said, they'll be going via Westminster Bridge, and I think he said the Israeli group will be going Vauxhall Bridge. Makes sense. I mean, there's very little scope, unless something goes very wrong, for the two groups to bump into each other. There's no chance the police allow that. So I'm guessing that the majority of police resources have been deployed south of the river today to make sure that those two groups, no matter what happens, do not bump into one another, because I mean, we all know tensions are high. We all know that there's been a lot of what's the word? Uncertainty, shall we say, vis-a-vis the release of those last hostages. I think perhaps the language is a little bit too harsh, kind of, release them all, or that's it, game over. I think something like that Trump said. That's not really how diplomacy works, really. But hey, I mean, it's going to be an interesting day, I think, folks. That's what we can take from this. Not only because we might briefly get a little bit of horsey action at Horse Guards, but honestly, my instinctive gut feeling is that Horse Guards will not have opened this morning. I don't think the horses will have even come out. And now, curiously enough, some days we are here and the phone box is accessible. The door can be opened, people can go in, smile, take their pictures, everything else. But other days, like we just discovered, either that or she's got a weak grip, it's inaccessible. And I think, to be honest, the main issue here with the phone box is how long people take to get their pictures. I mean, this is why the queue, looking behind me, we've got at least 50 people waiting to get a picture here. Now, the thing that did surprise me, yes, there were lots of people handing out the placards and so on at the station, but what there was not a lot of, protesters. I didn't see lots and lots of people with flags. She made me laugh then. Lots and lots of people with flags emerging. Now, I was really expecting that it would be similar to previous occasions when there were massive numbers of people leaving. This bro, look, keeping the whole queue waiting to get the right picture. Massive numbers of people waiting to get out of the station and join the protest. But other than Bro, who we spoke to first of all, who was kind enough to tell us what was going on, I didn't see many other people yet. Unless, of course, most people are forming at the opposite end via Charing Cross, which is the Whitehall end, and that will make a lot more sense. So let's head off. That's a good spot as well for a picture. And see what we can find, ladies and gents, into the thick of it. Look, even these gents are like, where is that protest? My good man, let's find out. Stand up to Trump and Starmer. Oh, flip. Oh, hold on a second. Righty-ho. Now, either they chanted the second I walked around the corner, or they knew I was coming, because that's a remarkable coincidence. We had, virtual silence. And all of a sudden, off we go. Right, ladies and gents. I haven't yet seen any TSG. Oh, there's one. The second I say no TSG, there it is. And I bet there's a ton of police vehicles off on King Charles Street to my left. Let's have a look. Today can be a bit of a sketchy one, people. If I don't make it out alive, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I mean, we either do this properly and we're right in there, or we stay at home and we don't do it at all. Off we go. Flipperoo. Oh, I can hear some of my favourite Moroccan music. I'm going to go and have a little dance, guys. Okay, so here we go. Please, they are ready, kind of ready. Rhythm going there. We need to find some stewards. Gosh, honestly, I'm almost deaf, guys, after that. Let's see if we can find a friendly steward. They will be the most in the know about how it's happening. Hey guys, just a quick question. Are you stewarding the march today? So you're stewarding the march? Is it starting from this way going that way? Okay. Fantastic. Okay, alright, good luck. Thank you. One sec, guys, we've got a heads up. Excuse me, sir. Do you know which way the protest is starting? This way, going towards... Yeah? Starting here at what time? And you expecting it to form up this end of Whitehall or a little bit further toward the Trafalgar Square end? Everywhere, yeah? So you're expecting it to be completely full today? Wow, okay, let's see. Great, thanks a lot. Right, folks, interesting. Okay, he's expecting, and it could be a little bit of a repeat of what we saw with the farmers. He is expecting, he said, and he's expecting that the entirety of this space that we're observing now will be filled, all of it. I don't know if it's going to happen, neither do you. We'll see. Notice that the cenotaph, oh, police officers turning away. I understand, guys, you don't want to be on the camera, I get it, don't worry. Don't worry, guys, I'm not an auditor, I promise. They thought for a second I was an auditor, and I get why they would want to turn away. It's, you know, fair enough, they can't tell me not to film. I'm in public, but at the same time, I'm not here to make anyone feel super uncomfortable, unless they're doing something wrong. But it's good to see, in all honesty, the cenotaph being protected, guys. Why? Because it is a sacred site, and as such, it should be safeguarded no matter what. I think we can all agree on that, especially given the usual subject matter of this channel, i.e. Oh, TV crew getting ready. I.e. the household cavalry, mounted regiments. Now I'm secretly hoping to bump into a buddy of mine today who might be out filming, or maybe not. He's had a busy week. But if we do, I'll explain more then about why I'm hoping to see him and possibly even get an interview where he won't be on camera, but an off-camera interview about something very interesting that happened this week. But there's no point in me discussing it unless I bump into him. Oh, actually, wait, interestingly enough, some of the police that we regularly see at horse... Oh wait, actually they've closed it, hold on. That part is closed. Yikes. Okay, I think we're going to have to walk along the... Wait. The flipping road is still open. Okay, I need to be a bit careful today, it's all over the place. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't want to be in cenotaph protection duty, because if as many people as they're expecting do turn up, then the officers are going to be in a very, very small space, surrounded by a lot of people. Oh God, here we go. All right, this might be where the flashpoints end up being at some point. Holocaust survivor descendants. Actually, wait. Okay, hold on a second. This is interesting. Holocaust survivor descendants, in other words, Jewish people, also against the genocide in Gaza. Wow. Brave. Very brave. A lot of respect for these people being out, in fact, on a day like today, putting themselves right out there with their beliefs. Yeah, you have to respect it, guys. That's not an easy thing to do. What I mean going against the grain. The grain in this case being the pro-Israeli line. They're effectively saying that, hey, you know what, we agree with you guys. We don't think as the descendants as descendants of Holocaust survivors, we don't believe that the state of Israel should take your land, which is fair. Lots of people getting ready here. Look, busy, busy, busy. In fact, lots of people getting ready everywhere. Busy, busy, busy. I mean, the last time we were here was, let me think, last biggie. Actually, it was last year when there was a lot of real biggie. It was definitely last year. And the predictions that everything would end up getting filled came true. They transpired to be true. What hasn't transpired to be true, ladies and gents, was my assumption about the guards. Why? Because they're on duty. Yes, I'm shocked too. Now, if they brought the Kingsguard out, that means two things. One, there'll be no PA system on this part of Whitehall. And two, depending on the numbers, I cannot for a second see the guards staying on duty once the protest starts winging its way along Whitehall. So I am genuinely surprised. I love to be proven wrong, and today I've proven myself wrong with my assumption about the guard. I am walking in the middle of the street, guys, mainly because it's always interesting to see how what starts off as being, you know, kind of a relatively small number of people, just like the other protest, quickly becomes a lot more.
We are all Palestinians. We are
American Students for Peace. Okay, this is super interesting. Oh, look at this. Actually, wait, police. Police officers. Got a good picture there, in fact, with the guy. I was surprised, actually, because it's rare that the police will pose with anyone for anything. So that was actually quite a nice thing to see. Proves that, you know what, some of the police are liberal and happy to pose regardless of the cause. And to be honest, folks, I either think it should be an absolute no, we're not posing with anyone ever, or yeah, we can pose with anyone. In other words, I don't think they should discriminate. Let's not forget, guys, the police are first and foremost Crown servants. Yes, they're also public servants, but Crown servants, public servants, in that order. Why? Because the oath of allegiance is sworn to the Crown, to His Majesty. As any newly qualified police officer fresh out of Hendon will gladly tell you. Horse Guards is absolutely chocker, wocker, zocker, whatever. I mean, it's packed. We could have arrived actually at quite a fortuitous moment. Now, we've got one of the twins in this box this morning, which is interesting. Obviously, we've got a ton of spammers. We're not really surprised, but it was kind of inevitable. All being sandwiched in a big line around the front. I believe she's on Monty. Could be Indiana, but instinctively I think it's Monty. Spammeroo. Okay, let's have a quick, if we can, word with one of the police officers. I say if we can, I mean it's going to be a lot flipping easier said than done, given how absolutely rammed it is. 1 second. Obviously I'll keep the camera away, looking at who we've got and where. The crowd, something of a circular crowd around this box. Again, the officer's doing what he does best. What I mean by that, well, he always goes over and seeks somebody that might need additional assistance in order to bypass the crowd and effectively come to the front of the queue. Why does he do that? Because he's a good person. That's why he does that, folks. Always. All right. How long do you reckon till the gates close? It's going to close, aren't they?
It'd be down to the army's decision. They will assess and make the decision if it's they really ultimately it's down to them really to decide.
I was speaking to the protest organiser when I came out of this end. He said he expects all of Whitehall from Trafalgar Square to the Cenotaph to be completely solid by 1.
Right.
That'll be interesting if it happens, won't it?
Yeah.
That's a lot of people, like a lot of people.
Yeah.
So,
luckily,
let's see.
you know, they are trained to assess it. The army, they can, you know, we obviously can support them to facilitate the closure if necessary.
Yep. It seems peaceful, so I mean, I don't think it's going to go crazy like the random thing last week.
I don't know. I wasn't here next week. So.
That was when they sort of, I didn't quite charge the gate, but a lot of them ran over to try and get through the gate.
Okay.
It was unplanned protest. That was not a comfortable thing to see, but.
No, yeah. I can't imagine it is comfortable to see something like that.
Busy day for sure, though.
Well, absolutely.
Okay.
You stay safe.
Thank you. Okay, folks. So yeah, all good. At the moment, as you heard, no plans. Whoop, let me get into the yard. No plans at this moment to pull the guard off. However, the fact that the trooper is opening the boxes doesn't necessarily mean they're going to remove the horses. This will be the key moment, actually, because it's a changeover coming up. However, I do think, given the other chat that was out and about a minute ago, I do think it's highly, highly likely that they're going to be taken off. Not now, but by 1 o'clock. I'm pleasantly, but genuinely surprised that they've got a King's Guard. These tourists will be disappointed if they don't change them over. Easy way to find out, before I don't need to continue speculating. Let's have a look and see if we have a fresh mounted guard in the stable area. If we do, they're going to change. Oh, we do. We actually do. Actually, hold on a second, but then 11:56. Okay, so they're doing the noon changeover. Then possibly there'll be an hour's worth of wholesome horsey fun between this changeover and when they remove them. I can't see that they're going to stay on. Even if the protesters walk along silently, the sheer volume of people, we're talking, there would need to be tens of thousands to completely fill Whitehall. But remember the farmers' protest, how when I turned on the camera, there were about, I don't know, 50 people, and within 45 minutes, Whitehall was completely closed, filled with tractors, protesters, supporters. So that's how quickly, folks, it can turn people. I mean, I don't know if it will be like that today. We will see. Oh, hold on a second. This is a rare sight. This is a very rare sight. We've seen this troop on the horse about 3 or 4 times ever. And when we first started filming and spotted him originally, he'd never been on a horse in the box, ever. Yes, that's right. And that's interesting because a certain other retired trooper, who I can name because he's a public figure and we all know him anyway, Trooper Ellis, long since retired from the King's Guard, would also have had to mount a guard in the box had he signed up and remained a trooper in the Household Cavalry Mounted Regiment. So that would have been an interesting sight, folks, because it had never been seen before. He'd been seen in every other conceivable position except that one. But since they changed the rules last year, every trooper is on foot and on the horse. Jitsman, gatesman, boxman. No preference at all in terms of order. It all comes down to a rotation. Simple as that. They've got more police reinforcements in the yard, and they are talking with the chappie in his MTP. So let's see what's going to happen, how long it will take. Right, we've got a good spot, guys, right at the front. Let's see. He's got a nice big happy horse, so worst way. Quite a lot of people actually sitting on the floor, on the ground, sorry. I always say floor ground. It's like, guys, get behind the bollards. And he's right. That's what they're here for. To be honest, it's... oh, here we go. Actually, surprisingly not. They've got a new mounted guard in the yard ready to come out. But I spoke to the protest organiser. He thinks all of this will be filled by 1 o'clock. I don't know. But for now, they're going to change them over. I honestly thought they'd take them off today, straight away. Yeah, very curious. Guess we got lucky, guys. This is me coming out anticipating making a no guards video, and we get a guards and protesters video. 2 for the price of 1. Amazing, eh? Not only that, with some familiar faces that are very unfamiliar in the box. I'm looking at the clock. I think we've got 1 minute to the bing bong. The thing is, though, there are a number of protest groups starting to come along Whitehall from the Trafalgar Square end. Be interested to see if they all calmly go around. So they still haven't, interesting enough, closed Whitehall. There's still traffic, 2-way traffic. Look. They're going to have to close it sooner or later. Anyway, here come the new horses, folks. Yeah. Actually, wait, let's grab a quick picture of this beauty before we head off at some point later. Then we've got a nice picture of the day. Let's grab the hoof number. Let's see. Bing bong. Okay, that's horse of the day sorted. It's very quiet, guys, despite the protest.
Kijk, zie je dat? Daar staan de nieuwe paarden klaar.
The other horses. I don't want to go onto King's Guard. It's a bit noisy today. very interested to see which guard. Oh, actually, hold on a second. This makes perfect sense now. I was going to say which guards are going to take over from their two colleagues in the boxes. After this changeover, when we see which guard is in this end, I'm going to try and fix myself as much as possible at the other end. Still can't decide if I've confused Monty with Indiana. Instinctively, I think this one's Indiana. Oh my goodness me, that's the closest all ever came. And I am behind the bollards. Flipperoo. Look at this handsome fellow. Good morning, Mr. Horse. He's like, don't take my picture, I'm shy. Wow. It's as if they're going to do Chitsa gates as well. I mean, the yard is jammed right now. I don't think they will. I think that's it. 3, 2, 1. Is everyone going to run out? Well, I mean, they're moving out slowly. I just noticed actually the gatesman's still at his post, so there's no chance they're doing a double change. I don't think they'll even get to a double change today, just because of the fact that, as I said, I think they're going to close way before we get to that point. I think we're going to see this place sharp. Okay, so let's swap ends. Why? Well, we've got a gigantic, handsome beauty at this end, Lady Trooper, but more importantly, shockingly even, guys, we have got a flipping massive number of people coming out of the yard. Look at this. Oh my goodness me. I mean, some obviously are here for the protest, but wow, that's a lot of bodies. In fact, half the people are trying to get into the yard and escape, and the other half are trying to get out of the yard to freedom and life with the horse. Gosh. Are we sure that half-term doesn't start today, folks? I mean, what the flip? Where did this many people come from? That is utterly bizarre. Shocking. Remarkable. The only problem is we might end up being something of a hairdressing channel again, because there are just so many people here that it's hard to know where to stand to film. I'll try and keep the camera up higher than everybody's head. I mean, that might be a decent starting point, but golly gosh. I do typically like to film on the side where we have the sign. That way we avoid bubble hats, etc., etc. And get happy people with the horse. Just pushing in. Yeah, bro, don't worry about getting in the box. It's always people with bubble hats that march across the line. To be fair, guys, he deserved it because he pushed in front of the lady in the cream overcoat. Naughty boy, eh? Go over here in the brown bees. My grandfather once owned a horse, a rocking horse. I remember riding as a child in 1877. Flipperoo, are these two ever going to get out of the way in front of the camera? I wonder. Oh, hold on, somebody's bought me a gift. I'm here. Hello, yep. Hi, quite willing to accept it. I'll even declare it. Nope, they're going to stand here all day, guys. We're not actually going to get a clean picture of the guard. We're just going to get these faces. Pretty much constantly. Decide to move in. He's going to email the HCAV and ask if they've got a room in the stables. Yep, just hang around, guys, don't worry about it. I mean, wow, she can't get over to give me my treats. Flipping hell. Take your time, guys. Bro in the White House trying to push in as well. He's like, oh, you peasants, get out of the way. I'm important. I thought he's a very accomplished pickpocket. Look, he's picking their pockets whilst pretending to look at the guard. So, yeah, that's... oh, there you are.
Storage.
That's it. I think you got a brand new iPhone 16, actually. From that little rustle tussle. I personally think that it's time to ban bubble hats at horse guards, folks. Look at it. I know he's a veterinary student. Oh my goodness me. And this, guys, is why it sometimes gets jammed here. People get a little bit agitated because selfish tourists like that just decide to stand there for as long as they want. It's just kind of browse, take some pictures, have a chat, maybe send a couple of emails, video call to mum back in Poland, and possibly we'll then move out of the way and let somebody else get themselves a picture. Okay, so here we are at the other end, temporarily, at least until they buzz off and we can see the horse, which is easier said than done. Sometimes here at Horseguards, people. At least you've got somebody getting told to get behind the line. Actually, I've got an idea. Hold on. Hold everything. I'm seeing basically 0 face coverings. Oh, hold on a second. First road closure is in place. There it is. That's a good sign. Closed. Next up, here. They'll slowly stop the traffic on Whitehall, and then boom, we've got another official emergency lockdown. Oh yes, folks. I don't use that phrase lightly. I mean, it really only happens when they need to clear the public highway of everyone pretty much instantly. Right, now we're squeezing in with bucket hat wearing Swede. Here we go, guys. We're where we wanted to be. Oh, just in time for... Wait, is that a real dog or is that her purse? I can't tell. Woof, woof. Nope, it's not real. He didn't respond to my call. Nope, definitely not real. One thing we haven't seen this morning is a single place horse. How curious is that? I mean, unless they're very subtly positioned on a side street, which, to be quite honest, I doubt. I haven't seen, other than the one when we came in, any shit. Where are they all hiding, guys? And why is there 15 times less police than there was 2 weeks ago? I wonder. It's certainly uneven, though, isn't it? And as I mentioned before, this might be a pro-authority channel, but very curious why they deploy massive numbers of officers for a march populated by primarily British people, and then do pretty much the exact opposite when it's a march for Gaza. Very curious. Not that I'm suggesting conspiracy, I'm merely pointing out something we know to be factually true, having captured the complete Robinson March on our video. Yes. I mean, I think, to be honest, she's already won the best dressed tourist of the day award, unless somebody remarkable turns up. In fact, oh, this lady's wearing a bedspread. Look at this. I think she stole that when she stayed in a hotel in Fort William last week. She's like, you know what, that hotel room was flipping expensive, the breakfast was not good quality, so I'm going to take a souvenir and wear it to London. Scottish bedspread. To be honest, guys, last time I stayed in Scotland, I had a similar thought. I thought, you know what, I'd like a nice tartan blanket to keep me warm in the winter, but as I was about to check out the hotel, I thought to myself, I kind of do it. So I went upstairs and put it back in the room. Yeah. That was my decision. See, too honest for my own good. Kids like, stop, we're going to be over the white line. It's like, when you grow up, you might be able to sit on a horse as big as that one, if by that point we own a horse. Oh, very dapper looking fellow. He's pretending not to be undercover, but he's definitely undercover. Do keep an eye on the numbers behind us. It's filling up slowly. It's more of a trickle than a flood. However, what's this bro doing? However, there's more than enough time for that to change. So we get into a spot where we've got complete visibility over the entire box and the sign, and everybody leaves. It's like, what? Oh, a sort of Charles Dickens reenactment society here at Horseguards today. He's like, Great Expectations or Oliver Twist? I mean, you can probably hear the drumming that's still going on behind me. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. The horses seem remarkably chill. The horses just like, what drumming? I can't even hear anything. He's like, if you think that's noise, try sleeping next to Ormond for a couple of nights. That'll teach you about noise and disturbance and lack of sleep. No, horse couldn't care less. That said, okay. That said, I've woken him up. Now he's come back to life. What I'm thinking is that if we get people, I don't know if we will, but if we get a lot of people banging drums and or blowing foghorns, at that point things are going to get interesting. Troopers coming out, so could it be the time for them to start locking things down, I wonder? He's having a little look at the numbers that are forming up along Whitehall. Guess he'll be making the call as to whether or not, yeah. It's not focused on him, but he's having a good look at what's happening, the noise and how many people there are. I say the trooper actually, wait, hold on a second. That's the corporal of horse, I think. I mean, I'm spotting 3 chevrons, guys. Is that the corporal of horse in his number 2? I think it is. If it's not, people, then please correct me. And before you say it, no, it's not a sergeant, because there is no such rank of sergeant in the household cavalry. I don't recognise him, so possibly a new corporal of horse. But that was definitely 3 chevrons, folks. So either he put on the corporal of horse's jumper this morning by mistake, or he is the corporal of horse. In which case, as the senior on the ground, not only in the army, but also as the individual that's able to overawe the police, if necessary, the corporal of horse is the person that decides if and when there is a removal. Right, first groups are starting to come this way along Whitehall. It's not massive, they're on the other side of Whitehall, but it's going to be noisy, and that's why I'm thinking the horses are going to get taken off. Let's see. Once they get roughly to Raffles, I'll dash over the road and get them walking into the camera. I want to capture as much of the kind of build-up as opposed to, just jumping in when there's a zillion people screaming and shouting. I mean, you can hear how much noise there is already. Horsey's already looking. He's like, what the flip? Even the other horse, look. He's looking. He's like, why is it so noisy? Right, folks, here's the moment. Yes. I will obviously run back over if I spot the corporal of horse back out, deciding to remove the horses. We've got a good view here over everything at Horseguards, and this group, who are from Coventry, which I believe is in the West Midlands. Oh, I'm not sure the horses are going to like those horns. Coventry Palestine Solidarity Campaign, ladies and gents. Wow, good numbers so far. The thing is, they're now flooding along both sides of the street, so how long is it going to be till the horses are removed? What do we think? Peaceful, bit of noise, nothing dramatic. So far, horses are still in the boxes. These are just the first few small groups, folks. Remember the farmers' protest, but it will not take long to fill up Whitehall. Now that they've closed it, you can see that if these numbers continue coming along, boom, they will fill it up. I mean, to be honest, I think the secret hope was that the weather would deter a lot of people today, because up until yesterday afternoon, the forecast was for a rainy day today. Okay, here they come, about to remove the horses and lock everything up. Get ready for it. Looking to me as though they're about to take them off. police having a chat with the troopers, and yes, as I mentioned before, I'm pretty sure it's the corporal of horse. Let's leave them to it for the minute, just in case they don't like having the camera focus on them, which I guess is fair. I mean, they are in public, but that doesn't mean it's morally right. Could these be the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tourists getting pictures with the King's Guard for today? Quite possibly. That's it. Corporal of Horse is again having a look at the front gates. Trooper is just about... Oh, this is a very curious one. He's shaking his head. Oh, here we go. Here we go, guys. That's it. Game's up. Closure incoming. Corporal of Horse, police, everybody behind the bollards. I mean, they just brought the horses up, what? And I say actually 14 minutes ago. So this would have been one of the briefest shifts we've ever seen here at Horseguards. 14 minutes worth of horsey time. Guess I kind of timed it well, didn't I? Actually, inadvertently, I got it spot on with the timing. And they're off. There we go. Bye-bye horsey for the moment. Beautifully timed, I must say, guys, because there are a lot of people starting to flood along, and that's that. Oh my god, are you actually serious?
33 seconds ago.
Oh my god, again, honestly, your timing is like impeccably imperfect. They were out for a good amount of time, the horses. I was not expecting them to be out at all this morning, so I'm genuinely surprised that they were here when I got here. But Whitehall's going to get filled up pretty quick with this lot, so I think they made the right call, to be honest. It's better that they take them off now than too much noise and they get mega stressed. Okay, that is either the... Wait, I can't see it. Probably a police helicopter. So that means they're expecting the protest to start very, very, very shortly. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean, guys, that they're going to lock everything up. To be honest, I mean, if there's no mounted guard... Let's see if they took off the chitsmen. I don't think they did. I'm pretty sure the chitsmen and gatesmen are still at their posts. And if that's the case, then they're going to leave the front gates open. It's a lot of kind of bohemian hippie, let's heal the world type people today. And I kind of like that attitude because I'm pretty sure like that too in some respects. So we've still got our lovely chitsmen, gatesmen, and behind us our lovely chitsmen. Is anybody going to wander in for a picture? Possibly. I'm going to focus more on the protest so we don't get stuck here and try and follow it, folks. If the gates close here, big deal. I mean, they've closed there about 50 times in the past month, so it's not really going to make a lot of difference to today's video. And I do think it's a good idea to get something of a pictorial record of policing of these protests, and more importantly, how quickly they potentially become problematic. So that, for the moment, is our view. They've closed up the gates at the back. They haven't taken down the signs. What I think is going to happen, in all honesty, is for that roughly 1 hour between now and when the protest forms up at the Westminster end, Parliament Square end, they're going to keep the horses off. But I reckon the horses will be back on by 2 at the latest. I mean, that's way too late for me to be here, but they will be back at some point later. Okay, so what we're going to do is our usual little thing, guys. Take a wander. Why? Well, the forming up on Whitehall for the actual march is taking place behind me. And I think the gents said that they wanted them finished and off Whitehall by 1. Now, they can't move the entire group on until the entire group is formed up. So I'm going to wander to Trafalgar Square, see if people are waiting there or coming out in large numbers to form up, and then follow them, the groups that is, as they walk along Whitehall, past Horseguards, Downing Street, the Cenotaph, etc., etc., and then hopefully form up into a giant group, which will equal the complete closure. I love these capitalists. Oh, look at this. There we are. Oh flip, there's actually another massive group coming along. This one is so beautiful. Let's ask the officer what the name of this horse is. Wow, look at these. Officer, what's your horse called? Oh, I've seen this one before, Primrose. This is the new one. And what's the other one called? George. Primrose and George. Which breed of horse is this?
She's never seen anything like this before, so just be careful.
Oh,
when they see this.
so you're kind of like training her to get used to the noise, yeah? Okay, I'll stand back. Thank you very much. Oh, that's so cute. No, we saw Primrose before. She's a bit sensitive. Notice, guys, no riot kit on the horses. Let's stand back in case Primrose has a freak out, which we don't need to capture on camera. But yeah, good training for the horses, I guess. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Okay, this is a group from Bristol, which means they're going to be a lot of students with a lot of free time. I think is the best way to describe Bristolians, typically speaking. Guys, if the camera suddenly drops to the floor at any point during this video, it means that somebody's knocked me out from behind, so let's hope it doesn't happen. Getting a lot of looks, not good ones, as people walk past me. But hey, if they want to talk to me, I'll explain why I'm here and what I'm doing. As far as I'm concerned, people not wearing face coverings, and to be honest, in my opinion, unless it's for religious reasons, nor should they, when you're processing in central London. So I think we're going to get these local groups. We have Coventry, Bristol. We're going to get tons more from all over the country. As they arrive at the train stations, they will obviously come out and start their way along Whitehall. I'm just interested in seeing... Oh, actually, wait, look, the public are now super interested, chatting to the officers about the police horses. They are beauties, aren't they? That's for sure. Right, so I'm going to pretend to be a protester, everybody. I'm going to get into the protest. I haven't, unfortunately, got a flag, but I could always, I guess, ask somebody for one. Okay. Here's the next little group. All of these local groups arriving and joining up, eventually they will end up closing Whitehall.
From London to Gaza! From London to Gaza! From London to Gaza!
Now, I haven't yet, unless I'm blind, seen anybody that looks menacing and has covered their face entirely to avoid being on facial recognition cameras deployed by the police. That's in stark contrast to the last year there was a big protest here and everything kicked off. So let's see what happens today. Once it starts, you know, it's all very peaceful at the genesis. Right, here's the next lot. Bomb. Loving the drums, guys. That the horses were taken off because the drums, wow, they're pretty noisy. Gosh, people have travelled up as far as Exeter in Devon. Flipperoo, they must have gotten up way before dawn. Oh, Liverpool here. You had a long journey, guys. Scousers for Palestine. Love it. Oh, and Merseyside. Hey. Oh, and Liverpool Friends of Palestine. Gosh, these people have spent a fortune on their train fares and gotten up super early to be here for this, so massive respect for that. Doesn't matter whether you support them or whether you don't support them, you have to respect them for, one, their beliefs, and two, their determination to protest lawfully those beliefs here in the centre of London on a crazy Saturday. So yes, Whitehall is closed, folks, as you can see, no one's coming in. I'm not going to get into this massive squish of people, but here's our first fully face-covered bro. Look, in fact, two of them: ski goggles, face masks, flags. Oh dearie me, that's a shame. Anyway, you can see people are flooding flooding. Why? Because just past where I'm standing is Charing Cross railway station. There's also Embankment Underground and loads of other ways to get into the centre, including Embankment Pier actually at the end of Northumberland Avenue. So this is where the majority of people will be arriving, and if this flood just continues, as I think it will, then yeah, it's going to be a bit of a busy one. No doubt about that, people. No doubt about that at all. Right. Okay, so let's pretend. I should actually have picked up a placard at the station. And then again, no, I don't want to be standing outside horseguards filming with a piece of wood and a placard. But you can see how quickly these things get together. Look, I mean, conservatively, between here and Parliament Square, it's probably 10,000 already. And they've got another half an hour to fully form up before that dispersal order will be in place, which means they need to leave Whitehall and march, as they're going to do, across Westminster Bridge to the US Embassy in Battersea. Give or take, it's about actually, I was reading the Palestine Solidarity Campaign literature about this yesterday. Roughly 2.2, 2.3 miles. When we get to the other end, I'm expecting... Oh, I'm on my friend's video. Am I the star of your video? Done, yeah? Okay. I'll see you soon. Yeah, I know. See you soon. Yep, I'll probably be on his video, guys, so hello everybody, if you're watching me on his channel. Right, yes, so reading the literature, they seem to think about 2.2, 2.3 mile march, walk, whatever you want to call it, protest route today to the US Embassy, which, to be honest, given the current situation, doesn't matter whether you're pro or anti, is a perfectly legitimate place to head to protest. Let's be honest, guys, controversial times require desperate measures. So let's get ourselves right to the front at the Westminster station end, and then my ideal is going to be to catch the actual huge body of people coming across the bridge. Tour guide, I think he's taken horse guards off of today's schedule. The police are also getting a lot of attention, and that's probably the most beautiful twosome we've seen. Such little cuties. Plus, you know, the tourists are allowed to touch them and talk to the officers as well. It's cute, guys. Come on, let's be honest. Look how happy they seem to be. Oh wait, he's like, not that guy. Get with the camera. I'm going back to the stables. Okay, our timing was good. Now, if I do spot anyone that looks particularly interesting, I'll try and speak to them. Oh, got a few face coverings starting to appear. Bomb. The signs are still up outside Horse Guards. We're going to go past Horse Guards, down the street, Parliament Square, Westminster Station, and then onto the bridge. So I'm definitely going to be kicking in my full step quota today, people. There's no doubt about that. I'm at 6.5k already, so I think today's going to be a 15k plus kind of day. So Horse Guards is not locked down. However, as mentioned, I do think they'll restore the Kingsguard in all its glory once the dispersal order takes effect at 2 o'clock. Loads of people coming through. Look, here we go. People starting to arrive at Horse Guards. Flags at the ready. Interesting enough, actually, everyone else that was filming at the front, there were a lot of people that were filming at the front, they've all gone. I mean, I guess they've gone to kind of try and get to the front of the protest. I think a lot of tourists are very disappointed. They're just like, where's the horse? It's like, there isn't one. That's a shame. It would be actually if you travelled in, wouldn't it? It would be a real shame. Okay, more groups arriving and joining from the side streets. Let's keep ourselves on this side, which, to be honest, is where most of the stalls are. and people selling merchandise. Yes, the video is going to get noisy, people, and when we get into the mad noisy bit, I'll shut my mouth unless I feel we need a narrative. If I suddenly get labelled as undercover police. Let's see how we go. Oh. Guys, what time do you think everybody's going to leave here to start the march? You're not sure, no? Okay, cheers. I like how they respected access to the emergency vehicle. I didn't like how a few people were already filming me. Not because I care about being filmed, but I've seen how quickly it can go wrong when you're labelled as being undercover police. I mean, clearly I'm not, but they don't know that, so I mean, fair's fair. I don't even look like it, for goodness sake, but... But having had that experience during BLM, maybe guys I will post those videos, it's pretty intimidating. Oh, students from Birkbeck. In fact, I would have thought that every one of the constituent colleges of the University of London would be fielding at least a reasonable size group of protesters marchers today. Right. We're getting closer to Downing Street, and obviously it's getting a little busier. They've reinforced the Women's Women of World War II Memorial. And on we go, onwards and onwards, inwards, onwards.
Check the label, Israeli dates off the table. Check the label. Check the label.
Ah, actually, wait, interesting enough,
check the label.
Ramadan is early this year. I think, wait.
From London to Palestine.
Occupation is a crime.
From London to
guys.
Palestine.
Occupation is a
How appropriate is
From
that? Look,
London to Palestine.
Bergen-Belsen,
From
1945.
London to Palestine.
Occupation is a crime.
Freedom for Palestine. Justice for Palestine.
But Ramadan is earlier this year.
Palestine.
Oh, the ambulance has stopped outside Downing Street. Let's hope that Keir hasn't had a heart attack. Oops, let's hope nothing bad has happened, guys. There's a couple of emergency vehicles have actually pulled up outside Downing Street. Maybe a protester fainted. Let's hope it's nothing bad. I don't expect it to be, simply because we haven't got loads of police around the scene telling everybody to get back. So yeah, Ramadan, I can't remember if it's next month or the month. It's early this year, like very early. I mean, to be honest, also look, very, very light policing presence outside Downing Street. I dare say they've got a lot of reinforcements at the back along King Charles Street and elsewhere in case, but not highly visible, interestingly enough. Oh, people completely ignoring the ambulance chappie who's trying to help them not get run over, as always. Okay, so I think the emergency is probably over. We've got a lot of kit actually though. Look at that, flip. That is a lot of kit. Right, so what can we expect, ladies and gents? I mean, I have no idea. But it's very important to be at the front when the actual massive group head off. That might mean a pause and a restart, but then we had that in the Tommy Robinson video, and look how that turned out. Oh, which TV station? Which station are you filming for, guys? The TV station?
Yeah, but ITV News.
Oh, ITV News. Okay. Wow. I mean, guys, let's stay kind of close to ITV News. I mean, if they can't find the action, then nobody can. She's on the phone. Look. It was the briefest of interviews. It's funny though how glamorous it all looks. You've got the guy with the battery pack, who's probably also, to be fair, given the size of him, the security, the cameraman, and the reporter. ITV News. Damn, that looks like quite a sweet gig if you can get it, doesn't it, to be honest? 80 odd grand a year to pop a microphone in people's faces and have them produce your content. Right. Now, we don't do things like mainstream TV, who kind of stay on the periphery and try to find something controversial. We get right in there, guys. Why do we get right in there? Because that is often where the truth is found. Okay, so the cenotaph at the moment is surrounded not only by protesters but by police.
And all the political representatives
End British support for Zionism. Banner here, people.
In charge of its business. It's not just the Starmer's Labour Party. It's not just Starmer having.
The irony is that a hell of a lot of people that are here today for this march protest would have voted Labour, only to effectively have been, in their opinion, and to be honest, in mine to a certain extent, betrayed by typical Labour Party values. But then again, Keir Starmer's always been an opportunist, so it's not really a surprise. Flip actually is really like jammed here. Hold on. This might be a bit of a squish. Really forming up quick, guys. We got ourselves out of the start point at exactly the right time. I think we'll be able to make it through to Parliament Square. I really do. Oopsie, hold on. I'm trying not to let flags of any colour get draped over the camera. Bear in mind, I'm not here to be pro or anti anything other than the truth. All of this spot here along the wall, and indeed on top of the wall, will be completely packed by the time it starts. You can see the numbers here are massive already, and they've still got quite a while until they're leaving here to start the march to the embassy. I'm a bit disappointed that we haven't yet come across any Abdul Qadir music or similar, a bit of Ya Raya or whatever like that. I'm still trying to find it. Where is it? I'm a huge fan of Moroccan dancing and music. Hold on 1 second. Oh, the flags are blowing in my face. Sorry, guys. It's like, oh, flipperoo. There's a lot of people here. Hold on. It's me talking about getting in the middle. I didn't mean like, literally. Oh my word. It's a massive squish. Hold on, I think we've still got an opportunity just about to get to the front before they head off. It's not going to be easy, but hey, if we don't try it, it's not going to happen. It's as simple as that. Wow. Damn, people, it's busy. Good numbers, eh? Very good numbers. Everyone looking happy because they've got the turnout they wanted. Which, to be honest, guys, it doesn't matter what the process is about. If you get the numbers, you know it's going to be a good day. How quickly that exploded from, I don't know, 500 to at least probably 10 to 15k, I'd say now, conservatively. I'm trying not to get smashed in the face by a flag or a banner, but oh my gosh, they've closed the side streets as well now.
That's
God.
and
So times like this, I'm glad I'm fairly tall. Okay, camera's going up, guys, above my head because it's just too busy. Very, 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 very large numbers, actually. Enormous numbers, to be fair. Look at that. Bear in mind they're constantly filling up from the Trafalgar Square end. It's going to be a biggie as I predicted, and I think we're just about going to be able to get through to where they're going to leave before they leave. It's going to be tight, but I think we'll do it just. What a squish. Oh my good lord. I can see the tube station entrance, which is probably a good thing. They're actually the stewards and everybody else that's going to lead the march over the bridge are already starting to form up. I think we're just about going to make it. I need to kind of speed up somehow. You know, I like to get things spot on with my timing things on these videos, but today's a tight one. Right, let's try and get ourselves in the middle with the actual press pool. Wait a second. Easier said than done. Oh, excuse me, chaps. Thank you, Paul. Excuse me. Thank you. Right. Okay, finally. Flipping hell. Oh my goodness me. I was really thinking that I'd mistimed that one and we were not going to make it. Anyway, so here we are in the press pool, folks. As you can see, dozens of official, unofficial, student, independent, etc. journalists all ready to start filming. I've got a lot of kit clothing-wise today, so I might not be as agile running backwards as I have been in previous protest coverage videos, but I'll do my very best. Oh wait, here's that dancing I was hoping for. Wait, where is it? No dancing, only drumming, damn it.
Free, free, Palestine. Free, free, Palestine. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the sea to the river, Palestine will live forever. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. 1. We are the people. 2. We won't be silent. 3. Stop the bombing now, 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 now. 1. We are the people. 2. We won't be silent. 3. Stop the bombing now.
Still a little closer than I'd like to be. If it moves quick and all the photographers run backwards, I'm getting decked. So, oh, hold on a second. Oh, my timing's spot on. Wait. No way, that is super lucky timing. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Look at this, guys. Wow. Very, very, very brave Jewish. Look at this. Amazing. respect, in fact, for the bravery of these gents. Okay, off we go. It's starting. And in some respects, I'm going to need to run to get to the front. So here goes. Going to be a bit messy for a minute, folks, but it's the only way to do it. Oh, flip. Hold on a second. 1 second. The disparate groups are not entirely sure which way it's heading. Hold on. Gonna have to take the long route. Whoopsie. Wait, what the flip? Why are they going that way? Ah, hold on a second. They're not going over the bridge. I thought they were going to head over Westminster Bridge, but nope. They are now beginning the walk to the US Embassy in Battersea. Massive respect to these Jewish gents for joining the protest. Quite a lot of them, actually, to be fair. Look. Does anybody know, guys, is it a specific branch of Judaism? I've always wondered, actually, because the headgear is very unusual. So these are the numbers. Wow, we just got into the right spot at the right moment. Flip, that was scary. Actually, the reason that, I mean, obviously it was a pre-planned route, but it did say on the map that we're going to try and head across the bridge. So I'm very, very happy that I didn't run to the bridge, because we would have missed the start. One thing you can't deny is that it's a good turnout. It's a lot of people, isn't it? Without a doubt. How the hell are we at 1 hour and 12 minutes already? I'm shocked. I'm looking around for a high point, but there really isn't one. One second. Hold on, this is probably the most interesting individual we've encountered so far. Look at this. Extraordinary. Wow. Have a good one, yeah? 1 second. Damn it, the cabinet up there would have been a great spot. I don't think there's much chance of me being able to get up there at this point, though. Very healthy numbers. Putting a line across the entry point onto Westminster Bridge, which one would expect, to be fair, to avoid the group splintering off. This also might be due to the fact we've got that counter-protest coming across apparently Battersea Bridge. I mean, I don't know, but I'm just surmising. I'm going to try, people, because I really need some help. I've got a spot here where I could clamber up close to the traffic light. There's even something to hold on to, but worst thing would be if I get stuck and can't get down again. That'll be a great vantage point to film this from an elevated position. Let me see if I can see somebody friendly who might be able to help me, or someone that I know. If I try and do it alone, I'm probably going to end up falling on the floor. Let's go for it. You know what, guys? Either we do it or we don't. 1, 2, 3, up. There we are, that's it, that's what we wanted, there we are. That elevated view. I must be mad, but hey, I'm up. So nobody mistakes what I'm doing and pushes me. There we go, some absolute glorious views, folks, across the protest to the Palace of Westminster. I can't believe I'm balancing with one flipping hand on a traffic light, I must be mad. before. Better to do it properly while I'm here, eh? I think it's safe to say the numbers are huge. There's a lot of people marching today. I'm mainly seeing Stop Army Israel, Hands Off Gaza, and Free Palestine. It's both sides as well, people, look. They're now flooding along both sides of Whitehall, which, to be honest, for the moment, Whitehall is completely sealed. That photographer there is basically me here. Yes, balanced. I've got so much kit on that even if I fell, I'd probably just bounce. Vast numbers. There's absolutely no end in sight to the people marching along Whitehall here. Quite impressive, to be fair. The Holocaust survivor descendants against Gaza genocide have got themselves a whole van of TSG officers behind that blue police van, riot police van, just in case, I guess. I don't think it'll be needed. That's a nice piece of melon. Look, the melon on the left. They've achieved what the farmers achieved, a total shutdown and blockade of Whitehall. Impressive. Trump's here as well, guys. Look, there he is. I think the guy's got the hair colouring a little bit wrong. These two police officers are right in the middle. Generally looking about how on earth I'm going to get down. I think I might need to jump backwards, guys, so it could be a bit of a gymnastics moment. I'll figure that out in a second when it gets a bit quieter. If I'm going to deck it, I'd rather not do it in front of all these people, to be quite honest. You want to give me a hand in case I slip? Thank you so much. That was the scary part, getting down. Cheers. Okay, lovely lady, help me. Thank you for the assistance, madam. And we're back on terra firma, people. As I go toward the end, we're not there yet, but we're getting closer. I'm going to go and try. To be honest, it's not going to be easy. I'm going to get myself first of all into the middle, get myself across when it sort of halts briefly, and try and get some good footage of the Holocaust survivors who are bravely joining today's protest.
And mounted evidence shows that they were absolutely correct to do so, and were in fact attacking.
It's not easy to squeeze through the lines, to be honest. Hold on, they're doing a pretty good job so far. Here we go. See, hold on.
He did message me actually and say, if you...
There we are, boom. Got to have a lot of respect, folks, for them being out in the cold, standing up for what they believe. Am I right?
Yeah. I wasn't sure if he was talking to that or if he was talking
to I'm talking to my video, but I mean, plus anyone else. But it's true though, just like the Jewish guys that were joining the protest at the beginning.
I know.
Brave, but you've got to stand up for what you believe in, regardless.
I heard the old guy talk last time, in the last demo, the 18th.
Yeah.
And when he was talking, it just gave me goosebumps. I grew up in Germany.
Okay.
And it's just amazing that they've got so much principle.
This is the thing, you know, these people know best, in my opinion, and if this is what they think is right, I'm kind of tempted to go with that. But very, very, very chill today, very peaceful. Hardly anyone wearing face coverings.
No.
Very, very peaceful. Didn't see a single person being arrested. But I bet the mass media will obviously find one, make out that it was a riot.
It was obviously orchestrated last time.
I think it probably was.
I was where it was all kettles and stuff, but luckily we didn't get. But yeah, everybody was really peaceful. And all they wanted to do was highlight the complicity of the BBC.
Exactly that, 100%, yep. Have a good day, stay safe, yeah? So I'm going to go along this red sea bit. Pleasure, thank you. Guys, I mean, to be honest, this might end up being the defining image, either this or the Jewish gents that joined the protest at the beginning to stand up for what they believe. In my personal opinion, not that I really should give it, is the long-standing, I'd say relatively orthodox opinion that the solution, ideally, fundamentally, should be a two-state solution with a UN buffer zone. That would deal with it, same as is going to happen almost certainly in eastern Ukraine eventually. What I mean by that would be a peaceful coexistence between Israelis and Palestinians. Yes, it's controversial, yes, it's a mess, yes, I'm the expert, but at the end of the day, we're all entitled to live peacefully and without fear of anything going wrong on either side. I'd loved actually to speak to those gents that were at the front. Their visibility and how keen they were, we saw this, how keen they were running to try and get to the front where I was. Their enthusiasm and willingness to put themselves right at the front of the protest, knowing that they'd be full exposed and that all national press and global press would show them their presence and their face. Yeah. Wise and brave men. I don't think there's a person here on either side of the argument that would say otherwise. But overall, folks, pretty peaceful. Job done. Got some horses, got some police, got some actually a lot of protesters. But overall, one thing we did get is a good vibe. Nothing to be scared of. Just like with the other protests, the Unite Robinson March, I saw plenty of non-white, non-Christians. And if you don't believe me, watch the footage. The point is, as I've said before in previous videos, the mass media has one function. Mouthpiece of government. What does that mean? It means ruling by division as opposed to cohesion. Which, to be honest, folks, has been going on since the Greeks and Romans, so it's not really a surprise. But that, ladies and gents, is the end. Wow, almost 90 minutes. That went by really, really fast. Adrenaline kicking in, I think, once you get in a massive group like that and you suddenly realise that it could go wrong in 1 second. It didn't. And to be honest, I've never actually been in a protest of any kind where it's gone really wrong really quickly since BLM. And I think a lot of policing lessons were learned after that riot on Whitehall. But I mean, they absolutely shut it down. They did an amazing job of not only closing Parliament Square, they did close the bridge to traffic, and as you can see, Whitehall, they're still coming by. They're tens of thousands. I don't know how far back it goes, but gosh, that filled up really fast, didn't it? Shows no sign of getting any thinner with the numbers. Guess the police judge it right after all by not bringing out the number of bodies they did last time. Right, bagpipes in the background. That teeny weeny clock in the foreground, folks. Wow, look at that. I mean, just past 1 p.m. On that note, I'm out of here. Enjoy the weekend, people. And I will quite possibly, with my girlfriend's permission, be back tomorrow. Bye for now, guys. Enjoy the weekend.